big beautiful world called planet Earth. I've watched a lot of singing competitions in my life. Well, not a lot. I should say that. There's been like 3 or 4 that I've actually, seen like a full, like 2 or 3 or 4 seasons of a show. And I want to talk. Okay, so I've seen American Idol, and there have been some great singers on American Idol. You've got Kelly Clarkson, you've got Ruben Studdard, you've got Carrie Underwood. There's just been so many amazing, talented singers. And trust me when I say this, I have no singing background. I don't want to sing ever in my life. But the way some of these singers in these competition shows like that, whether it's The Masked Singer, whether it's American Idol, whether it's The Voice, whether it's America's Got Talent, there's just so many singing, and America's Got Talent isn't just singing. There are other things that happen on that show, like there are comedians that do comedic skits, and there's magicians, there's all kind, and it's not just America's Got Talent. It's Britain's Got Talent. It's all these other shows. It's X Factor. There's just so many great singing shows out there in this world, and there have been so many great competitors in each one of these singing shows. But these last 2 seasons of The Voice that I've watched on Peacock, and I've watched seasons prior to these last 2 seasons. This one and last season have been phenomenal. I mean, the talent is amazing. There's just so many amazing singers. There's so many awesome musicians, and it's just amazing to see all of these singers, whether it's Sorella, whether it's Christine, whether it's Holly, whether it's there's just so many amazing, and I'm just listing a few. There are so many other great singers and amazing individuals who do this stuff, and they've been doing it for a long time. Like, some of them have been doing it for a short period of time, and others have done it for 10 plus years. And it's just so interesting to see all of these amazing, talented, awesome people partake in this singing competition. And it's not just The Voice. Like I said, it could be American Idol. The first 5 or 6 seasons of American Idol, maybe even the first 10, I should say that. Maybe the first 10 seasons of that show were amazing, and the talent was amazing, the judges were awesome, all of that stuff. What I'm trying to get at is that I don't know who to pick, because next week and the following weeks are going to be, live singing competition where the audience gets to pick who moves on to the next week. And I honestly cannot tell you who my favorites are. I mean, there are numerous favorites. It's just I don't know which ones to pick, because they're all great in their own lane. Whether it's bluegrass, whether it's country, whether it's rock and roll, whether it's whatever lane they are in. It's going to be so hard to pick each week that has this competition for the lives from now until the end of the show. We're in the top 20 now, which means that next week we'll be in the top 15 or top 10. It's going to be very difficult from now until the end of the show to pick my favorite, to pick just 1 or 2 or 3 favorites, because there's so many that it's going to be very, 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 very difficult to pick. And it's going to be, every single person is going to have to wrestle with that, who's better than the next. And they're all amazing singers. They're all great. But for me right now, personally, the sister trio is hands-on my favorite to win this whole competition. Now, that does not dispute that the other competitors can't win it either. I'm just saying, for me personally, the sister trio Sorella is just hands on the top favorite for me. But that doesn't mean, you know, that Holly isn't up there, that that Magnus, or not Magnus, other individuals, and Magnus got eliminated this week, so that was a little blunder on my part. But what I'm saying is that this is going to be a difficult decision for me personally, because there are so many talented, you know, singers, and like I said, I'm not saying that Sorella is going to win the whole competition, but they're the top notch for me. And there are other top notch singers on this show as well. Now, with that being said, I want to move away from the singing competition here for a second. Today is the first day, the very first day of matchmaking meet and greet choices. Now, I was looking at the list of, you know, of creators that are doing meet and greets, and there's only 3 that I really want to meet, and that is Call Me Chris, the Merrill Twins, and potentially Sophie Dossi. Now, there are so many featured creators at this event, and I'm surprised, you know, that Anthony Padilla is not doing a meet and greet. That Chrissy Carlson Romano isn't doing a meet and greet. That heck, even Crew is not doing one. Brent Rivera, Lexi Rivera, Lexi Hensler is also another one that I'd like to meet and potentially could. Now that, I mean, four people that out of, you know, like, I want to say 30 or 40, maybe even 50 featured creators, I'm surprised that there's not more individuals on that list. Now, that may change in the next 3 weeks, but I'm just saying, this is, if you're going to do an event like this, you got to have more individuals in a meet and greet situation besides, you know, because I don't watch every single YouTube channel, even though I want to. There are certain ones that I prefer over other channels. Like, I don't know half the names on that list. There are some names on that list that I know. I've watched their videos religiously for years and years and years, like the Merrill Twins. Lexi Hensler is more of a newer creator that I've been watching. And what other names did I say? Sophie is kind of a newer channel I've been keeping up with, you know. And then what was the other one that was interesting to me? But I digress. Like, I'm sure over the next 3 weeks they're going to add more feature creators to that list. But as of this point, there's only 4 that I really want to meet. Out of the 15 that you get to select, there's just no one. I mean, I've watched a lot of YouTube. I've told you that, guys, before, and gals out there. But there's just not as, you know, there's not as many names on that list, and they should add more names over the next 3 weeks. Now, I don't know when I'm gonna figure all of that stuff out. Like I said, there's 4 featured creators that I would like to meet, and there's no guarantee that I actually get to meet the Merrill Twins or Lexi Hensler or Sophie Dossi or the other one that I listed that I can't remember at this specific time. But it's just you got 3 weeks to figure this out. Come on, I'm not trying to egg VidCon on or anything, but just open it up to more featured creators in the matchmaking meet and greet. That's just me. And who knows what's going to happen when I go. I might go to parties. I may go to other things besides the meet and greets, like Q&A panels and fun activities like that. And maybe even go to a concert or two on one of those days. So we'll just have to wait and see. Now, we've got a couple of birthdays to wish. So I want to wish John Cozart a happy birthday. Evelyn Berry, I believe that's her name. Yes, Evelyn Berry and Anna McCulty a happy birthday today. Those are the only birthdays we have today. We have 3 on the 27th. and 3 on the 28th. We got 2 on the 29th, and 5 on the 30th. So that's it, and then that's going to be it for birthdays in April. So stay happy, stay upbeat, be who you want to be, and do what you want to do with your life. Find your love story, and I highly recommend you go watch The Voice, whether it's from episode 1 all the way up until episode 13, which just the 13th episode was yesterday. So, anyways, I will see you tomorrow with a brand new vlog, and bye-bye.